Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Nurse Katherine here, and welcome back to another Saturday video. In today's video, I am talking about a extremely interesting topic, and that is how you can get your RN degree or your graduate nurse degree paid for free. Sounds way too good to be true, doesn't it? I thought the exact same thing when my brother-in-law, who was just accepted into an accelerated nursing program, brought this to me. He's like, hey Katie, what do you think about this? Never have I heard of this program before. I wish I heard of this program back when I was in nursing school so I didn't go $30,000 into debt over it. But this program is pretty awesome, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in my video today. But before we get started, do not forget to hit that subscribe button right now and give this video a big thumbs up. But other than that, let's get started. So let's start this off with who this company actually is and the purposes of this company and what they stand for. So to make this video not super boring and just having you sit there and watch me talk, I'm going to do some screen sharing throughout this video. So make sure you are watching because you can actually see that this is a legit company and I am not making this information up. So let's get started with the company. This is the Nurse Corps Scholarship Program. So that's the program that I'm talking about. And let me bring up the website here. I have the PDF in front of me, so I'm going to be talking about that. So it is through the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Health Resource and Services Administration. I'm reading the address right now. And it's out of Rockville, Maryland. But anyways, back to the actual scholarship company, all of that. The purpose of the Nursing Corps Scholarship Program, I'm reading right from the PDF right now, is to provide scholarships to nursing students in exchange for a minimum of 2 years full-time service commitment or part-time equivalent at an eligible healthcare facility with a critical shortage of nurses. And I will get into that more and what facilities they're talking about, because I was like, oh, I wonder what kind of facilities. It's probably really, really small. It's not. It's extremely wide. So let's talk more about the company real quick. They say that the Nursing Corps Scholarship Program aims to support providers who are well positioned to address the shortage of psychiatric mental health care professionals and to combat the opioid epidemic. Now, that's not the only type of nursing they want you to go into, but let's get into that even more. So, long story short, after reading through this 51-page PDF, I have broke it down into really easy parts to understand. Of course, if this is something you're interested in, make sure you do read the full PDF file, and that is in the description below. You can find the link. But they say the funds are there to support nursing school tuition and eligible fees, which they also say there's an annual payment for other reasonable costs to cover expenses for books, clinical supplies, and instruments. And better yet, this was actually really cool. They give you a monthly stipend to cover living expenses. Guys, all of this sounds way too good to be true. And that's like how when I read this, I keep thinking, I'm like, what do you mean they're gonna pay for your nursing school and they're gonna give you a living stipend? I'm like, this is way too good to be true. It talks about owing them 2 years after you graduate. Kind of sounds like any employer right now who's paying for your BSN program. That's how my employer was. I owed them 2 years. That was it. So it sounds way too good to be true because this is your entire RN degree or your entire nurse practitioner degree. They are going to pay for it if you get accepted into this program. So let's dig a little bit deeper now and get into more specifics of this scholarship program. All right, so after digging a little bit deeper through this 51-page PDF file, I found the monthly stipend that they will pay out for these scholarship program nursing students. So everyone, this stipend that they give you every month is wild. I was thinking maybe like $200, $300. No, they will give you $1,434 every month on top of already paying for your nursing tuition. Is that not so amazing? That is like, how could you pass this up by getting that money too? Okay, so now we have talked about the actual company, we talked about this stipend that they will give you every month. Let's talk about which type of nursing students they accept into their program. So the type of nursing students they accept are associate degree school of nursing, a collegiate school of nursing, a diploma school of nursing, whoop whoop, that's where I went, an RN to BSN bridge program. They will accept direct entry to equivalent master degree programs. And they also say you have to be eligible for this scholarship program, of course. So there is more information about that in the PDF, but I'm not going to go into that in this video. So let's talk about what you must do to actually get accepted into this program. So first you have to complete your application, of course, and you have to write an essay. And the essay is a little bit more tricky because for the essay, they want you to answer one specific question. And they say for this essay question, this is what they say: applicants must demonstrate a thorough commitment to a career in nursing, interest, motivation in providing care to underserved communities and vulnerable populations, and relevant work experience and or activities, example as community service, research, or internships, that have prepared the applicant to work with underserved communities. So that's what you're supposed to do for this scholarship program. Fill out your application, answer that essay question, not survey, essay question. And they said it's projected that 252 new and continuation awards will be made for the 2021-2022 academic year. Back in the beginning of this video, I talked about how you have to work at a specific area for this scholarship program once you graduate. So let's get into that a little bit more because that's a little bit confusing when it comes to reading this PDF. So on page 27, 28, and 29, it has more information on the PDF about which hospitals they want you to work at or which centers they want you to work at. And these include public hospitals, private hospitals, federal hospitals, small rural hospitals, urgent cares, dialysis centers, school-based nursing clinics, and mental health centers, and even hospice centers. So you're not stuck to just a med-surg floor, don't think that, or a mental health floor. These are all the areas that you could work with this scholarship program after you graduate. Now, I personally am a little confused on how much time you owe them after you graduate. I believe it's 2 years if it's just like a normal RN degree. I may be totally wrong though, so make sure you read the PDF if you are interested in this scholarship program. But I know I definitely would have looked into this when I was a new grad, because going into something like this and just owing 2 years after you graduate is so much better, let me just tell you from experience, than having to pay off student loans. And student loans can be so crappy, I'm telling you guys. It can be such a nightmare when you are trying to start off in your 20s and you have 30, 40, 50, over $100,000 in debt. Thankfully, I did not have over $100,000 in debt. I was like 30-something thousand dollars in debt. But it can be exhausting and you are like feeling broke when you come out of nursing school with that much debt. So I think this is really great to look into. Now the application is due in 2 weeks, so May 6th, 2021 by 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think it said, is when this application is due. So if this is something you're interested in, make sure you go get on it, jump on it, and go look at this. But this is definitely something I would have looked more into for sure when I was starting off in nursing school. Now remember, there are 51 pages, and read those 51 pages of this PDF very well before you go applying to this. But this is a really cool program, guys. Comment below what you think of this program. Is this something you would have considered when you went into nursing school? Is this something that you would consider now? Tell me what you're thinking, if you think it sounds too good to be true. I don't think so. After reading through this, it's legit. It's a legit thing. And it sounds really absolutely amazing to get your schooling paid for. But that is it for today's video, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching. I hope you found something educational out of today's video. But other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in next week's educational video.